um, kind of vocalize some melodies using general syllables, and I'll find more times than not that I'm trying to say something in there unintentionally, and I can kind of pick out some of the words that are being created, and I've formed that into a full thought. And afterwards is where it's more of a meaning making, where I look back and I'm like, what was I trying to say here? Okay, this was the message I was trying to get across. Let me refine it now. Similarly in dance, I always do it with the feeling. I usually don't choreograph in front of a mirror. I often do it like in my room. I can't see myself. I'm mostly just feeling something in my body. And sometimes it comes out like a little bit raw and maybe rough around the edges, a little ugly. But then when I take it to the studio, I can refine that a little bit in the mirror to something more digestible.
How long is that process usually, from like feeling to maybe, I don't know, having it being ready for an open mic or something?
Usually a little bit longer than it takes for my choreographic process. It's a bit more iterative. Oftentimes I can't express a whole song at once. It kind of just depends on how much I'm in the feeling. I have written out an entire song all in one sitting in probably an hour before. But I've also had times where I've written maybe half a song or a quarter of a song, and I've come back to it when it's just the right time to be able to add to it again and slowly build it into the full picture.
That's it. It sounds like, because I'm right now I'm facilitating a Making the Artivist program. And so trying to develop other people's artistic practice, starting from like authentic movement, authentic feeling. And I actually just challenged this past Wednesday, one of the students, like, she's like, because I'm like, what are you feeling right now? And she said, nothing. Or like, did you just choose those moves because of it's what you thought the prompt was? Like, a lot of times we'll give them a prompt and then maybe a choreographic device like repetition or mirroring in negative space or something like that. And then she was like, oh, I don't know, I just thought, was this authentic to what you felt or something like that? And like, just challenging that. And how do you get to authentic movement? How do you get to authentic expression without any of the other like outside influences? Yeah, that's really interesting. I have a similar thing when I write poetry. It's a feeling of like, it's gotta go somewhere. It's overwhelming. Usually I'll find a song, like, because I have a Jordan's Feels playlist. Okay, I'll find a song, or like, depending, like, if it's more aggressive and angry, I also have a Jordan is Angry playlist as well. And then I'll put that on repeat, and then I'll just go. And then just dump, and then refine, revise. Yeah.
I do find that there's value in the opposite approach as well. I think that maybe it's not natural for me, but like, I have some collaborators who operate in the opposite direction. Like, for example, my producer, Will, he oftentimes, like, he consciously thinks more so about like song structure and like music theory and stuff. Because like, I think he mentioned he personally doesn't feel like he has a lot of life experience to like back up the feelings sometimes.
Oh, interesting.
So like, but he's like probably the most talented musician I've ever met. Like, he's really, really smart musically, and he's able to recreate feelings and situations like consciously. But I think they both bring values in different ways. Like, the feeling first prompts more like of a raw, it invokes more emotion, I think, across. But the other side of it, the other direction, can be useful as well for other reasons, and that's why I think we work well together, because we have that opposite process, but we understand each other's strengths and weaknesses when it comes to that, and that's why I think the finished product becomes something both like raw and emotional, but also like digestible for people in ways that will read.
Is your producer like is on the piano while like recording or something, or you know what I'm saying, or just like on the computer doing the bedroom
Both. Like
producing?
he actually plays like pretty much every instrument.
Oh, that's awesome.
And yeah, he
That's
like
really
will sit
awesome.
at his computer too and get a lot done like through I guess the just DAW. Yeah.
Whoa, that's cool. That makes me think about when you helped me choreograph that one thing. Uh, Ended up I taught the three rehearsals, and you know they're doing with the choreography and the staging what they will.
Nice.
The premiere of the whole thing isn't until the spring,
Oh wow.
maybe the end of the spring. It's yeah, but yeah, that's that type of process where we're freestyling first with some prompts
Mm.
is what I'm beginning because honestly, as I'm doing this artivist training, I'm also like trying to find my own
Mm.
process because I'd never thought about it before. Yeah, it's interesting the creative process and when you think it's done, when you don't think it's
Oh
done.
yeah.
That
There for me, yeah, for sure. Like I think I have like a very clear idea when something is done.
oh
Like
really?
yeah.
Uh, I I from what I understand, that's not the norm.
Yeah, I don't think it's the norm, and like I think it's some people are shocked by that sometimes. Like people will, sometimes my band members will be like, "Oh, what if we change this?" No, actually, it's done. Like I expressed exactly what I needed to express, and it's as accurate as possible. So I'm not
Wow.
interested in changing it.
Yeah, that's like a that was actually one of the things that makes me prefer having a choreo session with
Mm.
somebody. Yeah, I was telling the students like I like having people there because then it'll stop me from overthinking and
Mm.
just yeah just keep me accountable for like just get it out
Yeah.
first, just get out a first draft first, and then we can adjust, revise, do whatever.
I'm interested in your take on something I've been reflecting on recently, actually, which is I've noticed that I think this is like common experience for dance artists, and it definitely is something that I went through as well, and still am dealing with. Is like I think I used to like very much love dancing on my own, choreographing on my own, and I wouldn't. There was no pressure to like. I always was inspired in doing it.
Yeah,
But then at some point, I think I began to lean on energy in the room, and like I would rely on having sessions to create, and I noticed like other people were able to relate with me on that. Oh, I'm sometimes I struggle to create on my own anymore, and I need people in the room, and so like some of that definitely is a factor in terms of there's direct positives that come out of that, but then I also
yeah, yeah,
wonder how much of that is like some form of reliance on something else that's created like in throughout our dance journey that's like common amongst
yeah.
people.
What was it? What I really needed, uh, the session and the other people. It's because it wasn't mine. Like
Hmm.
the original idea wasn't mine.
Hmm.
So, like I have some other things that I've made that, yeah, that are more personal, and I think that's when I would choreograph on my own first,
Hmm.
have a good first draft, and then teach it to see what it looks like and how it feels like. Like, is it reading or something?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
think
that's
that
my
makes
initial
sense.
response, like thought.
I think I agree with that actually on my own as well. I think when I'm inspired to say something, I probably will say it on my own. But if I'm feeling like I have to do something for whatever other reason, like it's an obligation rather than an expression,
Yeah.
then oftentimes I will need another person in the
Mm-hmm.
room or something like that.
Yeah, 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 cause what I saw. Remember when I was giving y'all prompts?
Yeah.
It's cause like, I d- businessman
Right.
with like suit and tie. That's not something that I really want to talk about that often. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? In any expression. Yeah.
It's also interesting what you bring up about prompts because I find how easily I ignore prompts.
Oh, okay.
Like the guitarist in my band, his name is Ted. We wrote a song together one day, and he was like, "Hey, if you need some inspiration, here's the prompt." And I don't even remember what the prompt was, and he gave himself a separate prompt. wrote about something completely different, and he wrote about something completely different, but it ended up being the same thing, and so the song worked out perfectly.
Oh,
But like
cool.
we both just completely ignored the prompt because we both probably felt like we wanted something else to say.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah. I think that's really because I was talking to actually the co-teacher. And then we can get it. The co-teacher that I had for this MTA.
Mr. Gary.
MTA. No. Terrence, making the artivist. So that artivism program that I'm teaching is like, what is the value, the pros and cons of having structure or not when you're creating.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a lot to dive into in that topic.
Yes.
Like I've reflected on that a ton, even in like my specifically to like the musicality class that I've recently started teaching. Like that's a concept that I have touched on in the past and like will continue to touch on. There is like how even when you're freestyling in dance or in music or choreographing in either, there's always structure technically that you follow, but there's so much freedom within that. You know, you can't just do whatever you want. You subscribe to a few things like the time signature of the song, but like as a dancer, you don't have to subscribe to the instrumentation at all.
Oh yeah, what's interesting is like we'll give the the students prompts and like maybe a length, 32 counts, 4/8 counts, and the choreographic tools, but they'll present it with no music. So that was really, I mean, like I'm thinking about it in theory because I've never done it without music. I guess the music is essential, at least for like what I make. But it's really interesting to see some of the students who heavily rely on the music to because that remember I the student that I challenged, she said she has to have the music, and it's what the music makes her feel that produces the movement.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even the vice versa would be an interesting activity where they start off and they choreograph no music, and then they just do it with whatever song. And I think it was just I think there was a class that I took from Shay Lecunt. Oh man, I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Lekunten. He like did the jungle video.
Oh, okay.
And he kind of like introduced this to me in a structured way where I was aware of it, but like he made it clear to me where it was like, you can come up with whatever rhythm you want and just dance it, and it like there could be no beats in the song, no sounds in the song, and you can act as an instrument. You know, when you have a song playing, you can like pick up a guitar and you play along with the song. It's something new. It's a new rhythm you can choose to play on the song, and it still fits. Yeah. Your body can be an instrument as well.
Oh yes, it's just an extra layer in the mix.
Absolutely.
Yes, and like in the full piece of the music and the dance, like it's just an extra layer in this whole thing. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. So it's not necessarily. I think this is a whole like dance philosophy thing, but after this, let me get this started.
Sure.
Like that's I think the mindset that's different between I think like a choreographer, creative director that's choreographing dance for backup dancing, as opposed to like it's music centered, and music artist centered first, and then the dancing is just sprinkles, and then just supplementary, as opposed to maybe the way that I like it, to where the music and the dance is together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The dance adds to the music, and the music adds to the dance.
That's cool. Yeah. Anyways, ready?
Yeah.
Because I think